Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome po muli dito po sa sampung video presentation para sa subject na lie detection. No? So, ilatag na natin ang unang katanungan para sa video presentation na ito. Okay? Ang pag-uusapan po natin dito ay tungkol po sa iba't ibang klase ng liars at iba't ibang klase ng lies. Okay? So, ilatag na natin. First question. A serial killer is considered as a, letter A, black liar, Bravo, pathological liar, Charlie, psychopathic liar, and Delta is occupational liar. Okay, so anong klase nga ba ng liar? Ang isang serial killer. Oh, the answer is Charlie. Siya po ay psychopathic liar, no? Psychopathic liar, yung pong walang konsensya. Okay? Black liar, ladies and gentlemen, those person who enjoys pretending. Okay? Yun po yung tinatawag nating hypocrite. Okay? Pagkakaharap mo, abay, ang ganda. Ang ganda ng pakisama. Pagka nakatalikod ka na, yun na, binabackstab ka na. Okay? Yun po yung mga black liar, yung mga hipokrito. Kung tawagin ninyo ay plastic. Okay? Yan. Pathological liar, those person who cannot distinguish what is right from what is wrong. That's why they could lie, okay, dahil hindi na nila ma-distinguish kung anong tama at kung ano ang mali. Okay, for example, tinanong mo ang isang duling, di ba? Tinatanong mo kung ilan yung nakita niya, sabi niya 2 dahil nga doon po sa kanyang sakit, no? Yan, pathological. Then, psychopathic liar, gaya na nga ng sabi natin kanina, yung pong mga walang konsensya. Okay? Yan. Occupational liar naman, those who tells lie because of money. Tulad po ng mga businessman. Di ba? Kung nakakita na kayo ng pusa-pusa, no? Or kung ano pa mang tinitinda, sasabihin sa iyo, pampaswerte. Tama? Pero bakit nila yon ibinebenta? Kung pangpaswerte, di sana ginamit na nila para sila iswertehin. Tama? Oh, anong tawag sa kanila? Occupational liar because that is their occupation. Okay? Yan. Meron pa mga ibang businessman na sinasabing maganda yung pong kanilang mga binebenta, kahit tinitingnan mo naman ay hindi maganda. Okay? So, occupational liar. Okay? Yung pong mga abogado naman, di ba? Na kung saan pinapasinungalingan nila yung pong statement ng kalaban kahit na yung pong kanilang kliyente ay nag-confess na sa kanila. So, that is their occupation. Okay? Occupational liar, ladies and gentlemen. Sila po ay nagsisinungaling dahil yung po ay parte ng kanilang trabaho para magkaroon po ng pera. Okay? Yan. Next question. A message in the social media network saying that the present administration is diverting the government's fund into personal advantage and the government is involved in anomalies, okay, is what type of lie, no? Oh, kasi yung choices ay mga lies, no? Types of lies. So letter A, red lie. Bravo is white lie. Charlie, malicious lie, and Delta is pathological lie. So, anong klase nga ba ng lie, no? Ng kasinungalingan, yung pong tungkol po sa isang mensahe ng isang grupo laban sa gobyerno, no? Ito po ay tinatawag na red lie. Okay? Ang red lie, mga kapatid, ay yung pong mga paninira laban po sa gobyerno. Okay, usually by the adverse party of the government, no? Yan, so usapang politika po 'yan na kung saan may mga kasinungalingan pong doktrina para madoktrinahan yung pong mga mamamayan laban po sa gobyerno. Okay? A white lie naman is also known as benign lie or also known as harmless lie. Example po, tinanong ka ng iyong girlfriend, meron siyang kabibiling bagong damit, no? Tapos tinanong niya kung bagay. Siya po bumili noon. Sasabihin mo bagay kahit nang totoo hindi naman. Okay? Kahit na siya po siya po ay nagmukhang balot na suman doon sa kanyang biniling damit, bay sasabihin mo pa rin na bagay. White lie po yan, harmless. Okay? Yan. Yung magulang mo, pagka tatanungin mo kung gwapo ka o maganda ka, sasabihin, oo, kahit na ang totoo ay hindi naman. Yan po, white lie po yon, mga kapangarap. Okay? Yan. O kaya naman ay yung pong tatanungin mo kung nasaan yung pong or nasa office yung pong instructor mo. Tapos sasabihin mo dahil galing ka doon, yes. Ipagpunta nung classmate mo doon sa office, sakto naman umalis yung dean, 'di ba? Di nakapagsinungaling ka na hindi mo alam. Harmless naman, no? Malicious lie. These are lie in order to mislead justice. Okay? At ito po hindi maganda. Lalong-lalo na kunwari kung pulis po yung pong nagsinungaling doon po sa kanyang investigation report. Yan. It is called malicious lie in order for him to mislead justice. Okay? For example po, may tinaniman po ng droga, pagkatapos po ginawan po ng report that is considered as malicious lie, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, yung pong pathological lie, nagaya nga ng sabi ko kanina, yung po ay klase ng lie na ginagawa ng pathological liars, okay, na kung saan sila ay nakakapagsabi ng kasinungalingan dahil hindi nila matidistinguish kung anong tama at kung ano ang mali. Okay? Yan. So, ano ba yung sa polygraph test, no? I-wrap up lang natin, no? During the polygraph test, the examiner and the subject are alone in questioning room. Before the test begins, the examiner spends an hour talking with the subject. Anong purpose nun, no? Pagka kinakausap po yung subject, para magkaroon po ng tinatawag natin na rapport. Okay? Most forensic psychophysiologists consider this pre-test phase a very extremely important part of the polygraph test, no? The examiner, anong gagawin niya? Obtains a baseline read on his or her emotional state and develop the questions that are asked during the actual test. Before the test begins, the examiner goes over each question with the subject so that he or she knows exactly what to do and what to expect. When they are ready to start, the person administering the polygraph attaches the various components of the polygraph instrument to the examinee. So, yun po yung nangyayari sa actual test, no? So, ano pa ang mga karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa polygraph test? The polygraph test itself usually consists of about 10 to 12 questions that require answer yes or no. Sa bawat chart po yan, no? 10 to 12 questions. Several methods of composing question for polygraph tests exist, and it include asking the subject both relevant questions and control questions. Relevant questions related directly, which is focus of the polygraph test. Example of relevant question: did you commit the crime? Did you ever use drug? No? Yan. You. Okay? Yan. Yun po yung subject mismo, ano? Kung alam niya. Yan, you palagi yung nasa tanong, no? Control question varying depending on type of questions administered. The most common type of polygraph test is the control question technique, in which control questions are employed so that the subject can answer them honestly. However, the examiner may make them slightly provocative to evoke the emotional response. Examples of control questions: did you ever think, no? Were you ever drunk last year when you were 15 to 20 years old? Mga ganun po. Okay? This allows the examiner to understand the subject physiological responses to challenging question. In the control question technique, greater physiological responses to relevant question than to control question indicate deceptive behavior. Okay, ibig sabihin, kapag mas mataas po yung tracings doon po sa relevant kaysa doon po sa control, then that is a sign of deceptive behavior, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Yan. So, there are variations of the control question technique. In directed lie test or DLT, the examiner substitute very broad questions for the control questions and the subject is directed to answer them with lies. An example is example po nito, ano, tuturuan mo siyang magsinungaling, no? Have you ever told a lie? And to which the subject is directed to response, no. Okay? Ang purpose naman nun is to gather yung pong tinatawag natin na specific response ng subject. Okay? Yan. So, in order to understand the physiological response associated with lying, or yun nga specific response. In positive control test or PCT, a relevant question itself is used as the control. The subject is instructed to answer truthfully the first time the question is asked and falsely the second time it is asked. The only factor that influences the response is whether or not the subject is lying. In the truth control test, the control questions are composed to make the subject think that he or she is being accused of a fictitious crime. This gives the examiner information on how the subject responds to a truthful denial. Okay, yan. Then, paano nga ba yung scoring po dito sa polygraph test, ladies and gentlemen? Ito po, no? Ay kadalasan minsan hindi po naaabot ng discussion, no? During the post-test, the forensic psychophysiologist or yung polygraph examiner, no, analyzes the subject responses to the questions and scores them. Scoring po ito, no? Each channel of polygraph is scored individually. For the channel, channel meaning yung pong components, no? Tulad ng yung pong pneumograph, may score po yon. Yung pneumograph 1, pneumograph 2, may score po yon, no? If the control is larger than the relevant response, yung control question, mas matataas yung tracings kaysa doon po sa relevant question, the score is +1, 2, +3. Positive po, no? Depending on the magnitude of the difference. If the relevant response is larger than the control, ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung tracing kaysa doon po sa tracing sa control. Ibig sabihin siya po ay nagsinungaling nun, then ang score po ay -1 to -3. Depende po sa taas na naman ng tracing. Then the scored are summed up. Then kukunin po yung overall channel and all repetitions of all the question to get the total score. If the final score is sufficiently large and positive, then the subject is considered to have made truthful statement. Okay, so kung positive, ibig sabihin mas marami pong score na positive. Okay, ibig sabihin mas matataas po yung kanyang response sa control kaysa sa relevant. Okay? Yan. If the final score is sufficiently large and negative, then the statements are considered deceptive. Yan. So, deceptive po yung subject, no? If the result is close to 0, then the test is inconclusive. Okay, inconclusive. So, kung more than 3 or more, yung pong 3 or more negative, negative, ibig sabihin deceptive yung subject. Pagka positive naman, 3 and above, positive, yung po ay truthful yung subject. Sa scoring po, no? Yan. So, yun po yung tinatawag po natin na 3-position scale abbreviation. Okay? Yan po ay ginagamit sa pang-score doon po sa mga polygraph chart, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So, hanggang dito na lamang po ang ating presentation dito po sa subject na polygraph examination. At sana po ay meron kayong natutunan mula sa inyong abang lingkod. Muli ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong panonood at walang kawang pakikinig dito po sa ating video presentation para sa subject na polygraph examination. And I hope that all of you who listen to this video presentation could answer the questions in the board examination related to polygraph examination. Thank you very much and God bless you all. Hopefully, if we will meet soon, you are already a full-fledged criminologist and at the same time, you're already in the law enforcement agency. Thank you and God bless you all, mga kapangarap.